Live at the Barbershop with Q.
Oh, okay.
John, the Magnificent.
I'm with that.
I was just trying to amp it up, you know?
Okay. Grammy, thirsty, bout it, you heard me. Grammy, thirsty, bout it, you heard me. Grammy, thirsty, bout it, you heard me.
Live at the Barbershop.
Here we go.
Yes, y'all. And it don't stop. Look who's back.
Yeah.
You went on vacation?
No, it's just a little
Paidcation.
step out for a minute. Yeah. But it's all good. It's all good. And we're gonna start tonight, and I just want to piggyback on last week's show.
Okay.
It was very important. And I got a few little feedback, even though I was not in the shop, but I got feedback from people who actually watched it, and they actually learned something they didn't know from it. You know, some of the question that was asked, they actually get.
I don't know why people don't just call it. You know how many people you get them the number and they want to pass messages through people and all.
Say that.
Yeah.
Just call or text or something.
Or come on the live.
Or just come on or
Yeah.
something.
Comment.
Yeah.
Give everybody, this is what we're gonna do. Yeah. Ask this.
Yeah, I have an individual who was clip and still looking at it, learning from it, and said it was interested in the immigration situation where they're in that rocky situation now, you know. But
Planning a part two. So
yeah, it was very interested.
you just gotta again, whoever asks,
Yeah.
need questions, it's free.
I hope you're looking. I hope you're watching now and do as we are saying now. Next time,
Peter,
just
Paul,
don't stay on the
whoever.
side. Yeah, don't stay on the side.
Call that person name.
You just
No.
I beg your pardon.
No, I'm not gonna put them up. No, I'm not even calling that name. That person's already stressed out, but
They gonna call you Whack 100
I
after
wish,
this.
I wish them the best, you know. But tonight we're gonna start off on something similar pertaining to the Caribbean.
Okay.
Pertaining this, not on a personal base, but this one is like going for family and friends in the Caribbean. What would it mean for the country or whatever? Because looking at it now, it seems like it's just something targeting the bigger heads of the Caribbean, prime ministers and stuff. The situation is the policies that is being made by the new Trump administration about the
Caribbean
itself, doctors from Cuba who's actually working in the Caribbean. But there's a lot to talk about it, because we all know sanctions and policy are views different in countries. Yeah, but for the Caribbean now, it's pertaining to doctors. The doctors who are working in all the Caribbean countries from Cuba. Well,
that's nothing new though. A lot of people might not know that, but that's nothing new.
Yeah.
To us and other places in the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You know, they may look at it and say Castro and listen, you try to tell people, look, don't get this thing twisted and thinking that this America that you're in is any different right now, especially right now. The Democratic portion of
That is very special. Look who Jan look like tonight.
Castro. Hey, you think? Hey, this is not just wardrobe. It's strategically planned out,
bro. Man, I don't want to get the headache. Pressure goes up, man. From John into the door, I'm saying, look at this brother, but we're gonna talk about.
You lucky I didn't come in the camouflage. I had the camouflage, but I said it might be too much for the lights. I need something that bing off the lights. You know,
it's just keep ringing in my head. Yeah. Why this dude look like that person we gonna talk about?
The topic in hand is exactly that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
it's dictatorship. Yeah. Stop playing games.
Yeah.
Miss Gordon, good night.
Good night.
You understand?
But But what we are trying to say is that, we know it from a long time. This has been happening, and it's been beneficiaries for The Caribbean.
All right. Well, let me ask everybody a question. What is a dictator? Right? What's a dictator?
There's no strategy. I have no strategy.
That's a
Zero strategy.
That's a dictator. Okay. Straight up and down. Hey, no sugarcoating it. At the end of the day, you may think that this is something different. This is what it's playing into. A dictatorship is just that I want it done my way.
Yeah.
It's going to be my way or no way.
Yeah.
Get rid of him, do this, do that, you're fired. Or what does it sound like?
Yeah. So we are saying no is it at the beginning of it, it sounds like to most, I don't know if most of my people or the Caribbean people understand that this is not just the prime minister issue where the prime minister is going to say, okay, because what they're trying to say is they're going to put a hold on the ministers and their cabinet visas. They're going to put a block on it so you can't come to the U.S.
Pause that for a minute. No Diddy, but let me bring AP in. AP's in the building. AP, what's good? What's good?
What's good? What's going on, my brother?
What's good, family?
You know, back in the days, they say, something in, what they say? Something in hair grease. They can't say hair grease no more. Anything with grease, anything with oil, anything with, because of Diddy.
What?
They would say piece of hair grease back in the days. You know what I'm saying? But now, because of Diddy, you can't say nothing with oil or anything involved in it. It's a wrap. I'm about to say, I got my man AP, piece of hair grease, but I said,
so AP,
see, they in the building. You see everybody is it? Whoa.
So AP, I think you're gonna catch up on what we're talking about, the situation with the Caribbean and the doctors from Cuba.
The dictator trying to tell everybody else in the world what to do. But go ahead.
AP,
do you?
Yeah. So I was just recapping on that and telling the listeners the situation with that.
That sound like Trump just now. It's no strategy. It's no strategy. Well, go ahead.
Yeah. But I'm trying to tell the people of the Caribbean that this is not about just the prime minister and his cabinet losing their visa, the privilege to travel to the US. Because we have known this for a long time that Cuban doctors and the dudes that do in the light and power electric situation in Cuba, in Jamaica, a lot of them do that too, and it's helpful to the country. But you know, it's we are always up front, Jamaica, and they call us now the capital of the Caribbean. We are the capital of the Caribbean, so everybody looking towards us. What will be the answer? And Marco Rubio is going to travel to Jamaica. Everybody expecting what's going to come out of that on Wednesday. But for the rest of the, we got there's 3 Caribbean native that they already spoke in their mind and said they will lose the visa. They're not going to put their people in jeopardy. Like the what's her name from Barbados? I think she's the strongest minister, prime minister ever in the Caribbean. Mia, what she said name, Matali. Yeah, she was first to speak up about it and said, you know, if it's a visa, it's a visa. She will. And Keith Rowley of Trinidad and Tobago, he speaks out too. He's willing to give up for his country.
Everybody should stand up in unison. Yeah.
Ralph Gonzalez from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. But the major 2 islands they're looking forward towards is Jamaica and Guyana, because they say we have more ties. Guyana have more ties, and Jamaica have more ties to the US more than the rest of them. I guess we just rely more on foreign, because we love foreign stuff. Jamaica love foreign stuff, so. But the recently found oil, they said, in Guyana, so they want to keep a relationship with America.
They're playing chess. But
you see what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
But for Jamaica now, will our Prime Minister in Jamaica stand up for the people?
AP. AP.
Yeah.
You know, Marco Rubio.
No love for Jamaica.
No, what they should do when he gets off the airplane, take a different route.
Right? The Tivoli Gardens.
Well, right, exactly. See, we ought to say, let him go visit Ox. Go visit Ox.
but yeah,
the crazy thing about that, man, is I couldn't be speaking to y'all. I wouldn't have been able to come to the last family gatherings with y'all if it wasn't for a Cuban educated doctor.
Wow.
That I had from traveling back and forth from Mexico to Haiti that were in Cuba that were training other medical professionals in physical therapy, neurology, radiology. So this is something that the Cuban people have been doing for years, and this is how they actually make their monies as well, because they give their services and their people, and the countries that they serve contribute back to Cuba.
Like every Caribbean, remittance go back. Yeah.
Exactly. And it doesn't matter where you are in the Caribbean, there are Cuban doctors in your country.
Yeah.
I
They
know
just
they
built
fill
a
up
facility in Jamaica.
Yeah, there's full up in Jamaica. There's Benny in Haiti, Dominican Republic, all throughout the world. To tell you the truth, and even here in the United States, if you go to Little Havana, you're gonna see a lot of these boutique doctor places. Well, a lot of them are actually medical doctors that couldn't get their stuff straight here, but they do their work. You know what I'm saying? So it's another way to squeeze the people of Cuba to have them end up wanting to come talk to Daddy USA in order to get certain things that they need for their country. Because Russia is one of the biggest supporters for Cuba.
Yeah.
Right? Venezuela is another one. So, and China is another one. That's why strategically it's important for them to be able to control Haiti, control Jamaica, because those are the two places that are right between Cuba.
Yeah.
And if they don't have a hold of those two other places, then it's problematic for the United States. You know, you're talking 90 miles away, but it's the same way they just made the regulations of the Haitian airports not going to be opening for American flights till now September. Always September now.
Yeah, they keep pushing it back.
They keep pushing it back, but understand the biggest way that Haiti made its money on a day-to-day basis was from the tax on plane tickets and aviation.
Yeah.
And that tourism that still was coming in.
So they kill.
Yeah, they find the way to slowly strain that neck to have you come to the table to basically give them everything that they want instead of them, you know. So it looks like they're saviors in sort of sort. So now they're using the Cuban-born man, Marco Rubio, to do the dirty work of the nice white man, right? That has an agenda.
I take in
and
the
once
Caribbean.
Again, it's not a thing at every white person, but we can see clearly there is an agenda of white supremacy that is serious in this country right now. That is extremely crazy. But yeah, man, those medical doctors, many of them are better than the average. And that prime minister, shout out to her, man, for
Yeah.
She was jumping out at ASAP.
standing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw what she did in the United Nations a
Yeah.
couple of months ago.
I follow her. Yeah, she's
Oh man, she and she did what many of the men wouldn't do and still haven't done.
yeah, and she was the first to stand up on this situation also. And the prime minister of Saint Vincent and the Grenadines, what's his name, Ralph Gonzalez, he actually let them know that all of this it's not about policy, it's about life. He says he has about 60 Cuban doctors in his country that people relies on life and death situation, surgical stuff that they don't have. And from a long time in Jamaica, we have been heard. Is that the right term? We heard that, that most doctors in Jamaica, and nurses are
trained.
They're trained, and actually most of them leaving Jamaica. There's a shortage of doctor already in Jamaica. They're leaving for better opportunity. Canada is taking them, and some other places, are taking these nurses and doctors in Jamaica. We have a shortage of already.
So and to have them there,
to have them. And what the most of the prime ministers are saying, this is not about policy, this is about life and death. They're there to help the sick. So you're actually doing like every policy, like in the policy right now in the US, you're taking away food from Africa, you're taking away where people need the basic stuff, essential stuff. They're taking away everything now. So they're going to the Caribbean to take away the Caribbean one.
So here's the thing for me. For all the islands in the Caribbean, what do you need them for? Caribbean is known for growing their own stuff anyway. Right? From jump, right?
Yeah.
We have the climate, we have the soil, we have everything we need.
But the labor.
Well, then
they don't want to work.
Well, then here's of us. Listen, them working or them not working. Well, I'm just saying, them working or them not working is not going to change anything.
Not going to change.
Not going to change anything. Because if you're waiting on a support mechanism from the United States to do it, this is what you're going to get.
Yeah,
it's my way or the highway.
My way.
So what they need to do now is figure it out. You're just going to have to figure it out. So you get what Beanie say all the time. You get down or lay down. Right? You get down or you lay down. That's just it. So at the end of the day, for everyone, you don't want to work, just all right, well, suffer.
Yeah.
So this is the catch-22 to it. And then you have to look at it from the prime minister's half now. Well, he has to make these decisions that's going to affect everyone. He can't go for his own emotional things and say, because then might mean no funding, no food, no blah, blah.
I'm sure that's what it's going to lead into.
But
they
again,
only started off with a visa situation.
That's why the people have to understand what's to come and what we as one need to do.
Yeah.
That mean all them little YouTubers and all these little flashy, what you call them, scammers and everybody that's going on. Yo, I got to come to a cease.
Yeah.
You got to get your hands dirty in order for us to rebuild and show them we don't need you. We've seen it over and over and over again. We've had our own communities, not only in the Caribbean, but in the United States. That's why we don't have a lot of these things. The Harlems and Tulsa, all these different areas that was self-sufficient.
Yeah.
But again, the game planning is different. The game planning, the chess pieces, planning out way in advance is different.
Yeah, but that's fact. But they're now waiting on the rest of leaders to see what they're saying it.
Well, look, try to remember again, like you said, majority of the men didn't stand up yet. That already tells you this.
Yeah.
It's just like you really think now that it's good. Because look, if they was gonna jump out the window when she jumped out, they would have jumped out already. Just on the strength of knowing she being a female, took that approach before I did.
Yeah.
That made me look less of a man. I'm going next.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That just automatically tells you
What is what?
the mindset of what is to come.
To come.
You know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna get a full squad of them teaming up to no. You're gonna get those one or two individuals that walk backwards while everyone else is walking forward.
Yeah.
They don't want to be in the firing line, you know? They want to be in the good grace. Because if I need this or if I need that, just remember me. Try and remember. During this election, there was a lot of them that said, just remember me. Now where they at?
Yeah.
Nothing guaranteed.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
This is what it is.
But if they're going after the Caribbean now, so you know, it's just crazy, and the policies, and it just started off with the ministers with visa.
All right, well, let me ask a question.
And I'm
now.
sure
let me
it's
ask
going
a question.
to change
now.
the policy.
You grew up in Jamaica, right? And as far as you can remember, you might not be deep into the politic portion of it, but what, aside from importing stuff that you don't want, that's what America was doing. You import stuff that you considered less of, right? Now that you gave me your grade A materials and your fruits and all these different things that you sending to me. So, to your recollection, what do you remember? Or what landmark or anything you saw that America contributed?
I can't remember. I can remember.
And don't say KFC.
Because
I know
they love that KFC over there, boy.
You already know that. I know that's where it's going. I already knew that's where it was gonna go.
No,
John
is a fool.
I don't know about anybody else. The minute I land,
a landmark.
That's where I'm at.
For real, man.
I can't remember.
Best chicken you gonna
a
find
landmark from them.
Nothing.
No.
All right.
I can't remember a landmark. The only landmark to us in Jamaica.
Don't say cement company.
No, the embassy. That's the only thing. Their landmark. The embassy
The
building.
embassy, okay.
Everybody knows that building in Jamaica.
The embassy.
No, I'm just speaking one of our languages.
Embassy. That's a Vibes Cartel language.
You said he's speaking one of them.
One of them. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day,
Patois in English.
what I'm trying to explain right now, at the end of the day, even with me growing up down there, I listen. And again, we don't know the back half. We don't know what is. Oh, we're gonna lend you this and lend you that.
Yeah, we
and
don't
blah,
know
blah,
that
blah.
part of it.
Okay, cool. Don't act like the United States don't owe people money also. So don't act like, this is the thing where I hate with people like that. You know them people that when you go, yo, don't forget you owe me. Forget, talk about, don't forget I owe you. Yo, I know I owe you money. But yo, don't you owe AP money too?
That's why I be laughing. I be laughing at Trump every time he go at China. We owe China hundreds of trillions of dollars.
Yo, you can just imagine China when they over there, they like this.
But
that's all they do.
For real.
Wu-Tang Clan members is just sitting there like, their mouth is moving and his lip is not syncing up. Crazy. Owes me money.
It's like
me crazy.
It's like the dudes who can't let a girl know he's broke, but yet still the government borrowing money. The government is broke.
I mean, like, yo, you giving these dudes, I'm gonna give you a tariff and I'm gonna tell you.
Man,
yo,
they
don't give you no chips.
All they gotta do is call their loan.
But even this money issue given to Ukraine, they did a tally of it. The money that American contribute to Ukraine, American is like 10th There's 9 more other countries give more money to Ukraine.
Yes,
And we
in
always
Europe,
think that it's only America distributing.
Nah, man. Listen, the European Union has 8 countries in it, right?
Yeah.
They have contributed more money. Trump
Damn.
keeps saying 300 billion. It's only been 130 to 150 billion. And about 120 billion of that money are weapons that are made in the United States that are sent over there. And the monies that they use, the other monies, are to buy ammunition and buy stuff for defense for the war. So what they're not being honest about is pretty much they are giving goods on consignment, but it's like, hey, the government's giving you money, but then you're going to give that money right directly back to businesses that are making the weapons that you need, and we're sending them to you. So that is where the majority of the funds come. That's why a lot of the European nations are laughing when Trump, like the other day, when he was talking about that, and he was corrected by the prime minister, like, no, 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 that's not how much. And then Zelensky also corrected him, no, 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 that's not the amount. This is the amount. But once again, the average person just listens to executive orders and all these things that are said and don't really know what actually sticks to the wall. There's a lot of stuff that's being thrown that's not sticking to the wall at all.
Even
all.
For even under to step in, the makers of under to step in where what they think it was the State of the Union, the State of the Union the other day or whatever they spin.
HUNDA, Honda. Yo, the makers of Honda is like, somebody got another brand like ours? Yo, get the lawyer on the phone.
Who's a Honda?
Who got a Honda?
No, he was actually saying they're opening up more plants, and they had to give him a fat check.
Yeah, listen, that was a big lie, because first of all, they already had that Honda plant.
Yeah, they already.
That Honda plant was already there.
Hey, P, he got you saying Honda too.
I didn't even say it.
Honda.
We have a Honda.
No. You said Honda.
Okay. The Honda plant was already in North Carolina. And Honda said, yo, we're not doing no new Civics thing at all. So like a lot of people are not going to fact check.
Research, fact check that.
Okay. And even now you have people that say, oh no, he said the truth about that. No, he lied about he lied so much in the State of the Union. It's ridiculous. Like
This is a different.
You heard about the transgender rats?
I beg your pardon.
Let me tell you something. I don't even watch TV.
He said it.
I don't watch TV anymore.
He said it. They're putting in millions into transgender rats.
And it's transgenic. It's transgenic. Transgenic.
Yeah.
Yo,
that is the rat.
Let me tell you something.
Test.
It's gonna be the outcome. Anybody that eat Chinese food and you start seeing people start moving.
Oh man, you stupid, man. You stupid, man.
Yo, that's man. That transgenic. He had that beef and transgenic.
Yeah, but Q, explain to them what the transgenic is, man.
Yeah, it's actually the rats they use for tests, like you know where they cancer like stuff on mice and but Trump actually said they're spending millions on transgender rats.
and you know what? His base believe that there's transgender.
Some male rat look like female.
$30 million being spent on transgender mice. Like they believe it. They believe it.
They get up on applause.
Yeah, they believe it. And these are our leaders, man.
And these are
Yeah,
leaders.
this is different. This is a whole different. Just stay at my house. Yo, what up, So Chill? Yo,
Good night, brethren. Good night.
good night, everyone. What's good, So
night,
Chill?
man.
Yo, this is it's a different world. This is a different world
It's
right
a
now.
different
You
world,
know,
man.
we got Hondas, we got Hyundai, Hondu.
You got a new thing is, it's crazy, man, that this man and these
Transgender beef
people
broccoli.
trying to tell you that, now if you harm a Tesla, you are terrorist activity.
Yeah.
Terrorist activity.
One reporter from Fox said if you messed up a Tesla truck, they're coming at you.
Yo, I forgot what my man's name is. The black dude that usually tear up the Teslas and rebuild them. I forgot what I used to follow him. Forgot what his name is.
You're not gonna call his name.
No, I ain't gonna call, but he been doing that for years. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to him. You know what I mean?
Remodel the Tesla.
Yeah. He's been doing that for years, man. But like him, I want him to tear it up and rebuild it, and then tear it back up. Then go get yourself a Honda.
They're changing the emblem on the Tesla, putting on all the emblem Toyota. We're living in a crazy time, man.
Yo, but listen, we spoke about this. Yo, at the end of the day, look. Understand that the finances is all that is really what's controlling a lot of these different things. Opposite of that, anybody would be paying attention to any one of these retards?
Yeah, they're crazy, man. They're crazy.
It's all in the strength of the fact that these people have an abundance amount of money. And everyone now wants to be in that party. They want to come and play. They want to dance. They want to eat. They want to, let me in. Let me in. That's the only reason why. Yeah. Other than that, yo, have you seen interviews with this dude?
All the interviews, all of them crazy.
A 5-year-old or something could really speak better.
Yeah.
If you're coming on an interview and you're speaking about something that makes no sense, at least gather yourself. Get the information. Look like you even know some form of what the stupid stuff you're saying.
Yeah.
He's comes crazy. Well,
my son.
Did you hear about the new car maker? Yeah, it's no longer with an O, it's Honda. You're like, yo,
you gotta go back to that.
AP and everybody's like, what? Are you sure about that? He's like, I'm pretty sure.
Now the new one is with his son.
Oh man,
his son is tall. Really bad. It's crazy.
Listen,
man.
I saw a report the other day about the fact that he had his son in there in the Oval Office during a press conference with a T-shirt on, and that's a billionaires or whatever. That's a billionaires movement. I'm gonna show you. I don't have to follow your rules. I'm not coming in no suit and tie. I'm doing me.
Yeah,
I'm in control. That tells you. So if everyone's blindsided to this whole thing, go ahead.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is not the ending. It's gonna get way deeper. Way deeper. You understand? But as far as the Caribbean, in all honesty, you have to stand in unison. You have to stand in unison because again, once they break one, the bond is just loose now. It's like threads. It's like ropes.
Yeah, I know Jamaica answer though.
Yeah, we already know it.
Be whatever. You know?
We already know it.
Yeah.
Nobody's eating bully beef.
Man, there's plenty of people eating bully beef still.
No, not the prime minister them. No. Prime minister them. No. Prime minister, the Chinese government already took care of them so well that they're used to certain things.
Yeah.
They're not going to revert back to any of these old ways that we know.
Yeah.
And they're looking far ahead to say, well, just in case
it's gonna be a tough one.
I need this and I need that.
Yeah.
I want to make sure I'm not on the bad side.
Yeah.
Because that's what everyone's afraid of the narcos about.
I think their biggest fear is troubling.
But listen.
I think the biggest fear is troubling.
But look, try and understand something. There's so many other places in the world. You worrying about one? Yo, there's so many other places you could travel to.
Yeah.
What are you worrying about? One? Like, come
For
on,
real.
man. And if that's the case, they band together and say, yo, none of y'all come here either. How about that?
True.
And I know everybody, oh, that's the tourism portion of. Well, then figure it out.
Exactly. That's the first part.
No. Figure it out. Figure it out. Because sooner or later, if everyone does say, okay, you can't come to no tropical place, you stay in the cold. Stay in your little spot. Canada don't want you. DR don't want you.
Well, you know, Canada.
Hold up. The whole Caribbean don't want you. Where you going? Where you going? Russia, cold places, other places, China, that places don't want you either. But okay, if they accept you, go.
They're building a wall for themselves.
But at the end of the day, that's what needs to happen. You trying to block me out? Okay. No, we gonna block you out too.
But I'm sure there is more to policies, that we
come to the round table.
Yeah.
Come to the round table.
Yeah.
Don't come with the bully attitude and thinking that you're gonna get this. No.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work. Right now, listen, moving into segment number 2, this is why the bully aspect of life never pays off. I'm gonna let you finish and then we transition into the
Yeah.
What we said, hey Pete, the state of Black America is But go ahead.
Yeah. So basically that's what we're saying now is getting an answer from
Jamaica.
Angelo Olis, Jamaica, and Guyana. That's the two major Caribbean people are listening out to hear what the deal on them. Because the rest stand firm already. Most of them stand firm. So just waiting on Jamaica.
Well, I already know the answer, but go ahead. Everybody else keep the hope.
Yeah. So what you say the next?
He's gonna fold. He's not gonna go.
He's gonna fold. I know.
Come on, man. We know that already.
It's crazy.
We already know that. Already know that. If he doesn't, it'd be a miracle. It'd be a miracle. But I already know he's gonna fold. So I'm not even putting my money on that. Anyway.
So what you got for them now?
Second segment. While we pushing into the bullying portion of things. So now, transitioning into this next segment now, we're talking about California. We're talking about podcasting. Talking about Big U. We're talking about Rolling 60s. Talking about spots we went through in Crenshaw. And why the bully tactics and different things eventually does not pay off. We've seen it in movies. You've seen it in Above the Rim.
Yeah.
Lucky and them, and then, Marlon Wayans at the end. It gets busy. It always comes back to bite. It's just, I've seen it all day in the neighborhoods too.
Yeah.
This guy here bullying everybody, and this little man, end of the day, get fed up, knock him out, take him out.
You missed him.
It's no different. You understand? So now, indictments went down for more than one.
Yeah.
Was it Big U? Oh damn, I just lost his name.
Two of the artists.
Brick Baby and oh damn, homie's name. I forgot his name just now.
Yeah, but can you give an insight on
so what happened right now? Well, Big U, apparently I was gonna say everybody know, but
okay.
Maybe not. So all right, Big U, of course, everybody knows. They say he's one of the leaders, Crips from the Rolling 60s over in the Crenshaw area. It's always been known, a lot of this checking in situation when you go to these areas.
Yeah. Loose cannon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That you got to check in.
Yeah.
And it's been known to extort people throughout. Now, here's the problem that I'm having with it. So now they went on a podcast. I don't even want to give that platform anymore.
Yeah.
Situation.
You do that.
Naiad Media, what up? But we have two other individuals platform that these individuals normally keep going on. We've seen a track record of black entertainers, street guys getting caught up after going on these platforms. So recently, two of them went on, spoke about some things that to me doesn't need. It's like you might as well put the handcuffs on yourself and bring yourself down to the station. They go on these platforms, and I don't know what it is by going on these platforms that give them the juice to be saying certain things that they know street code. You don't talk about these things.
Yeah,
it's just code. We know these.
They got it.
But I don't know if the fact that these guys is putting the money in your pocket, or the fact that you see in the numbers, and every time you come there and you act retarded. Can I say that? I just did.
Whoa.
You act, you know what I'm saying? You act out of pocket.
Okay, Kanye.
You know what I'm saying? You come, you act out of pocket, and then these are the results.
Yeah.
Now, the argument that's been floating around on social media is, yo, don't blame the platforms. Platforms are not forcing these dudes to say whatever. Yes, to a certain degree. But here's the deal. These platforms are not telling these guys, hey, whoa, chill. Look, when you come here, we're just going to keep it right here. We're not going into that lane. Because taking you into that lane is going to cause problems for you. They don't care about that. We're not from the same neighborhood. We're not going to the same cribs. We're not going to the same gated community and all these different things. For me to pay you a $5,000 or a $10,000 or whatever for you to come in, spill your beans, I'm getting that back in return from the numbers.
Yeah, the numbers. Yeah.
Okay, so that's
say what you want.
Money.
But I think they're just saying say what you want to say.
No,
I'm getting the numbers.
No, they're not, because at the end of the day, the problem with it, the Caucasians that own the platform, why you don't have more Caucasians on there speaking the same thing, indicting themselves, speaking on, and don't say that, oh, nah, a lot of them ain't into the street. Dog, there's a lot of mobsters that they started out. They interviewed the Sammy the Bulls and all these other heads. You don't find a lot of them. It's not as entertaining. When these dudes come on, they want to fight each other. This one telling this other, I can't YouTube say it again. I'm gonna do things to you, and blah blah blah, and it's entertaining. And the end results to it, that's not fast enough. And the end results to it is things like this. They come on, talk about DNA. Oh, they can't find the DNA. They talk about, a young man that got unalived.
Things out of the norm.
So now it's coming out now where celebrities, because at one point Shaq had to pay ante up. Him and another ball player had to ante up money because they lost money in a bet. So they go to homie came to them and said, yo, I'll get it back. This is what you got to pay me, 6 figures. That's extorting. When we went out there, it was the same thing. We seen certain little things in the neighborhood. You can't just do certain things. We wanted to interview people and chop it up with people. We got the phone call ASAP. No, don't.
Yeah, don't do that.
If you do that, you're gonna get approached. They want to cut. They want this. They want that. They got eyes everywhere in the neighborhoods. The problem with it now, a lot of people are putting out, oh, he did a lot for the neighborhood. He did. Look, I'm not saying no, but I know personally a lot of these same type of individuals from my neighborhood, different parts of the world that I've been to.
Yeah, I grew around it. Yeah,
it's all a front.
Yeah, it's a front. We grew up in it. Yeah.
Everybody want to put it out like, yo, because they know they need that cover.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm out here for the kids. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Yo, I tell people, you got to hold people accountable.
You get
at the end of the day.
You get that money, you buy ice cream for the kids, and that is helping the neighborhood.
All right. You understand? Crazy. You got, even if you did do the extortion thing, you got $100,000, right? Yeah. Would you brought that back to the neighborhood? What'd you do?
No.
You got a football team. All right, football team's there. It's being sponsored by celebrities and by different organizations and stuff, funding and different things like that from the city itself. So again,
where's that?
What are you doing? Where's it going?
Money? Yeah.
Because it don't cost that much for uniforms and to put them on a bus to go travel to play the football and this and that, right? So did you build a youth center or something, or organize with these celebrities? Do better. The problem with it, when they got that old gang mentality, that old hood, OG mentality, they just can't get it out their system. Dog is 58 years old. You 60 at the end of the day. Round up. At the end, grow up.
Yeah.
Now it's a repeated situation now where you're going right back to where you came out not too long ago. And you was in the, you got a documentary that came out that did well. You got other perspectives on the table, but you just can't leave that street life alone.
Yeah.
And the problem with it now, they tying that back into Nipsey's situation. They're looking deeper into that now. You got a young man that's unalived that was staying at your house. The man's missing. His parents is looking for him. Can't find the man. Now that's where the DNA comes into place. They ask you for a DNA, you don't want to give it to them. A suspect already. So the problem now is these platforms. I watched one of them yesterday, which I shouldn't have, but I had to in order for me to give information today. They're going live, talking about all this. Oh, free blase blah. Free Big U. Free all of them. Those my mans and them, right? It ain't the main dude. It's these little hang-ons, these little black dudes that's in the building.
You always have that.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where the main dude at? Where the love? Because you had him on here. But you see what's happening now? The numbers is rising because they gonna look now and say, he was on your platform one day before feds came in. Everybody's gonna go look for that now. That means the numbers is moving. That means that dude there is getting that bread. He's getting that money.
Yeah.
You're going to jail, he's getting richer. Now all of a sudden, I seen the two individuals now paired up, the two different platforms paired up, and they're having a discussion about what happened. You understand what I'm saying? More money being made again.
Yeah.
More money being made again. Any other black platforms, shout out to MREC, Doggy Diamonds, and them dudes. Shout them out. They've been the creators. Okay? Shout out to Big Fendi too. But those been the ones from the day ones. They don't have the love.
Yeah.
They can't get those interviews.
Yeah.
You understand? Because they know off rip, Doggy Diamonds, MREC, they would have already said, whoa, chill. No, ease, don't say that.
Yeah, not
don't
on
say
this platform.
Don't say that. Because we know how that's going to end up. See what these dudes do? Give him some weed. Let him drink. Say it.
Yeah.
Say it. This dude want to fight this dude. They just sit back. Let it happen. Don't say no. Let them fight. Then tomorrow, oh, man, that was crazy. That was crazy yesterday, right? Numbers move. Now, he's getting his wife a new Porsche or whatever off of you.
Yeah, off of what you
ain't nothing coming back in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
None of these platforms ain't putting no money back in these neighborhoods.
None.
One of the dude think because he's married to a black young lady, that suffice. What's that mean? I don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
I don't see you out here. And I know me and you had discussions before. I used to live in Brooklyn. So what? What's that mean? Because when I asked you a couple times, what block you on? What's the cross street? Oh, it's right by the train station. Word. That's it. It's every stop.
Yeah.
I know what he was talking about. Shout out to Payo. Cake now. Boom. But at the end of the day, these guys are just not realizing the bigger picture. At the end of the day, you're just a martyr. You're kamikaze.
Yeah.
You're just flying in and getting yourself blown up for no reason. All that money that they gave you in your pocket, whatever it was, what does it mean right now?
You don't think when these guys are doing these interview and stuff and drinking and smoking, that just give them some hype and give them more leverage to just keep talking. I know they do not care, but these dudes who are doing it, who are sitting in the seat, in the hot seat,
they see
you gotta control your drinking.
They see it from previous interviews.
You just gotta understand.
They want to go in there and do
how it works.
And they see it from a previous interview.
Hold up, but you've been out. Listen, you've been out before. You know when you put the camera in front of people, how they change.
Yeah, true.
You've been out before. You can sit right here next to somebody. You bring out a camera. It's either one or two things. It's either they superstarring it out or they shy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
True.
Which one are you?
The superstar one out is just like what 50 said he saw Jimmy.
Sound like Bobby's
he
in
want
the,
to be that star.
in the studio though.
That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
You want to be that star.
He want to be that star.
Put him out.
So that dude now, when he go back around the way and they say, yo, Blase, I seen you last night on Blase. Why? I thought, boom. And then he get a re-invite. So now he's saying, oh, damn, okay. What was my numbers looking like? Oh, you was big. All right, well, yo, that means I got to get more money then. Yeah, and they keep going. Yeah. They don't care. The little monkey money he gave you, he throwing that away anyway.
Yeah, that drink thing, man, because on the same type of podcast where you're talking about now, even Beanie Man about a little fiction with not Beanie Man, Elephant Man, because they have an interview and they're talking and he's actually calling Elephant Man what? Eleman or something like that.
Which part? Who had an interview?
I think it was Drink Time.
It was
it was Drink Time? And Elephant Man
Drink Champs.
Yeah, Elephant Man actually made a video saying why Beanie Man would go, you know me as Elephant Man, when we are home, we cool, we talk, we do everything together, but now you're on this platform, you're gonna call me Eleman or something like that. So people are wondering if it's the drinking that they're doing these things.
I mean,
it opens up.
It brings out things.
But again, that's because at the end of the day, they really don't care about you.
Yeah.
I've had individuals before where I had the interview and I tell them, look, before we do it, there's certain things I think you should leave off the table. They go, I don't care about that. Then when I break it down, like, yeah, you should care about it because it's going to affect this, and this. Yeah. When they look now, they're like, oh, I didn't think about future, that. Yeah. Now, I could be the one to be like, yo, I don't care. Let them talk. But then I know the end results. The end results is going to be this. Yeah. Don't think that they didn't know Kanye, if I feed him certain little thing, he going to flip.
Yeah.
Going to flip. So that, exactly. But then when the numbers start banging, but then when the repercussions come now, and the people in the upper office is saying, oh, yo, we like the numbers, but your man said something pertaining to us that we ain't digging. What side you standing on? Now, all of a sudden, I ain't with him. Yeah. I don't condone none of that he said. Yeah, you do. You said because you set him up to say it. You understand what I'm saying? And this is not going to be the ending of it. This is going to be a repeated thing because it's going to be these two platforms that I'm talking about. Everybody know them. I'm not just going to mention them. It's not going to end for them. It's not going to end. There's so many other people that are still gonna. It's just like a Diddy situation. People still gonna keep signing. People still gonna keep signing. No matter how many people come and say, "Yo, he robbed me," people still gonna be signing because everyone wants to be a star. Remember the song? I just don't want to put the N word in it, but every is a star. Okay, everybody want to be that. You know what I mean?
Yo.
So you just caught on.
No, I just got man, let me tell you something, man. This year has been something for deaths, boy. George Foreman just passed away.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Condolences to George Foreman and his family, man.
Wow,
man.
85?
70, 76.
No, so
being as we're saying, condolences. Let me say condolences to a very dear friend of the family.
Yeah.
Cosmo Kenton, it's like a second father. He's been in our life for years.
Condolences to y'all, man.
Yeah, thank you. Condolences to his family and everyone else also.
And the reason why I got on late was because my cousin's aunt passed away right when I got off the phone with you earlier, man.
Okay.
Oh. As I said,
it don't stop.
It don't stop. See, this is another reason why these young men, even the older heads, need to just start thinking more before they start going on a lot of these things and just, you seen the Casanovas, you seen the Lucci's, the babies, the this, the that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Every last one of them right now. One of the main things that when they had the press conference pertaining to this thing here, a couple of things to point it out. One, PPP loan.
Yeah.
They pointed that out. Oh, he took out a PPP loan and said he had an entertainment company and it made such and such and it lost this and it did it. I swear, I think that PPP loan was a hook and bait, strictly for the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
It was a hook and bait.
Yeah.
Because listen, I ain't see too many white corporate anybody that did the same thing. I don't see them on Front Street.
Yeah, they're still messing up.
Okay.
They're still grabbing people for that crap, man.
So that was the first thing. Second thing, they said, we've been looking at a lot of their interviews. Okay? A lot of their interviews, especially with those two platforms. We've been looking at a lot of those interviews and gathering evidence from that because you know why? They're yapping. Oh, one of them actually spoke about robbing a liquor store.
Yeah, but you see why, right? Because
that's crazy.
All they have to do is go into the office, get on their phone or a computer, and that's it. They don't have to go out, ask anybody. They don't have to go pay no CIs.
Yeah.
Like it's straight up. Look right there, and guess what? The dummies want to be so famous and want to be so popular, not profitable, making money and stuff like that. No, they just want to do that. I mean, it's
crazy.
More than half of the music, they can listen to the music and just find out what's going on. Even with that kid, Yellow Beezy, like, come on, it was in his music how he lined up his own friend,
yeah.
Right. So it's
never seen nothing like this.
No, because when keeping it real goes all the way bad, this is that time, and the cachet of the time that people see that I can become famous off of clout. It's messing a lot of people up because they believe in that all attention is good attention, whether it's good or bad. Man, look at here. There's some unhappy people right now.
No, numbers run their life, man.
Right now, they done swooped up. I think almost 20 of them. Almost 20 of them. And at one point, Big U was on the run. I think the other two already is in. Well, he walked in, I think, yesterday.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yo, there's so much good and better you can be doing out here in the neighborhood that you guys are risking all of this for nothing at the end of the day. When you look back on all this stuff right now, it's going nowhere. Now the whole friction situation now is in between a WAC 100 and all these different individuals going now to say this one told on me, that one did this. Listen, at the end of the day, the whole neighborhood itself should have already situated all of this thing here. Meaning that, and that going back to the bullying situation, people are just tired now, homie. Like you think people want to walk around like you a Debo all day? You know what I'm saying? When we hear the bike rolling down the street, everybody, oh damn, let me go inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, here come Big U. Oh man, like eventually somebody's gonna be like, you know what, yo, somebody just gonna
I'm sick.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, people just fed up.
They said 50 people already called in to basically, and I'm not using the word snitch. Snitch what? Yo, that's not snitching. That's you cleaning up the neighborhood. You know what snitching is? If me and him say, yo, you know what? Yo, look here. We're gonna rob this jewelry store tonight. So get ready tonight, right? All right, cool. And then one of us go in there, something goes off, you can't make it out fast enough. You get clapped.
It wasn't me, it was John.
Yeah, all right. Now all of a sudden I'm in the mix now. You snitch. Because at the end of the day, you knew what you was doing. You agreed to it. That's the game. If you didn't make it out, shut your mouth. You understand? And then I'm going to do my part by saying, yo, your cut, I'm going to either give it to your family or hold this here. Here's a little bail money in case they can get you out. Da 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 da. Keep my name out your mouth, you know. But that's snitching.
Yeah.
Other than that, civilians or cleaning up your neighborhood, that's not snitching.
Nope.
It's civilian.
That's not snitching.
It's neighborhood watch.
That's not snitching. That's when people talk retarded. Like when Cam said, if there's a serial killer, he's not telling nobody else. He's just gonna move out. Yo, you talking about
Retarded. And you know he's lying because if it's one of his people, man, please.
He would have already said it. Yo, Zeke.
There you go.
You already know Zeke. What? Where you at? You know what I mean? Come on, man. Shout out to Freaky Zeke. Entertainment, man. You know, but I don't know. Like I said, shout out to the black platforms that's been doing it. I definitely am a subscriber. I've been following y'all for years. So shout out to Doggy Diamonds. Shout out to MREC. Shout out to Fendi and anybody else that was doing it back then, if you're still doing it. You know what I mean? Moving forward, man, we got to do better. The neighborhoods got to do better. Yeah. We as a whole, as people, got to do better. The Caribbean definitely has to do better.
Yeah.
We got to stand together as one or foe. Like Bean said, get down and lay down. But go ahead, AP.
The reggae community, no matter what, seems to be coming together, man. Our brother Butterfuko is doing something amazing, bro.
What's he doing?
He's getting everybody their freaking visas. As you can see,
I see.
He got Bounty.
Good.
Bounty straight. He's the one that ended up getting Beanie straight. He's the one that got
content.
There's a few others that are all gonna be performing at Best of Best for the first time in like 10, 15 years.
It's good.
So you know, it's a unification that, you know, hasn't been done in a while. So some of the guys that you see have been warring supposedly with each other are all going to end up on a show together.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Get the money and refund it out in Europe.
That's basically what they understand, man. All this craziness, you know, warring back and forth, man. This ain't the time of war. Yeah. They're able to make more than anything right now. Because look at it, man. There is a conscious decision that the labels have made to shut down and slow down hip hop artists. Yeah. Because every which way that hip hop was making too much money. Mm-hmm. Whereas now it slowed it down to hip hop artists thinking that it could only be streaming making money. But or you can't really make that much money when you're streaming, which is a lie. Mm-hmm. If you own your own stuff and understand that it's not really 100% of the music, it's really 200%. Mm-hmm. Publishing, producer, writer. Mm-hmm. It's 200%. But they just say it's 100% and let people fight off 100% and people just forgetting about, you know. So if you see these people wanting to pay you $50 million for your catalog,
you already know what it's
worth. Know that they can 10x that. That's the only reason why they're going to give you what they're going to give you. So as you can see right now, every commercial on TV, in the movies, stuff like that, have all been older hip hop songs.
Yep.
You know, like
I'm hoping MOP got their things together.
Boy, MOP was when MOP went on Drink Champs, they were in negotiations to possibly get their stuff back, right? And they hadn't had their stuff at all for a very, 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 very long time. But the person that did is all up in everybody's face, which is Steve Rifkin, right? But it is what it is, man. Steve Rifkin is, you know. So these people that are in the industry right now are making the money, just making it seem like there's no money to make, you know. But hold on to your publishing. Hold
See,
on
they
to your
just sold.
credit.
They sold bigs.
Yeah. But once again, that's still a licensing situation. A lot of these people are leasing it off for an extended amount of time and stuff like that. But once again, if I'm paying you for it, just know I'm not going to pay you for the goodness of my heart.
Right.
I'm paying you because I know I'm going to make a crazy amount of money off of it.
The reason why they know this, look, they paid out $200 million, right? The offer went out for $200 million. They were in negotiations with his mother before she passed, so I don't know what, but it's finalized already. I think Mark Pitts and them they in the middle of it.
Yeah,
and,
Mark Pitts and Burroughs.
Right, so they in the middle of it. And then at the end of the day, that comes with his likeness, that comes with all that. So just the likeness and knowing the photos and the catalog and everything, you already know. You got a Biggie picture everywhere, So they know what the deal is. They in that particular publishing situation, they have Prince, they have Whitney Houston, they have a catalog. You know what I'm saying? Nevada, they got all that. So
the same company.
Yes, Nirvana, and they got it's a bunch of heads. You know what I mean? So,
and you know whose company that is, right?
No, I don't know whose company. I know the company, but I don't know who's running it.
You know, Scooter Braun.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Scooter Braun is the one that went and bought old girl's catalog from right under her.
Okay.
What Molly? Not Miley Cyrus. What's her name, man?
Britney Spears.
No, man. The girl married that's with
Taylor?
the football player.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift. Yeah, my
Taylor
bad.
Swift.
Yeah,
Taylor Swift.
But she got it back now.
No,
she was in no. She was trying to have talks about working something out.
He was managing her, right? And he did exactly what the other people did to hip hop and black artists forever. He did it to her, and everybody was up in arms, like, "Oh, how can you do that to?" And he said, "I'm doing the exact same thing that people did to my mentors that brought me into the record game."
Yeah.
That's why I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I remember that, the Taylor Swift situation,
Don't worry about it. She still got bread. She all right.
Yeah.
She all right.
All she did was go back in and re-record
the music,
the music.
I saw
and
it.
re-put it on platforms. But still
support mechanism is going to be different, so they can, they got us covered.
Yeah, man. It's a totally different thing now, man. But it's to discourage people from thinking that they shouldn't and they should just sell off, man. If you have an ability to make music now, still, it doesn't have to be a hit or anything like that. Look 5-10 years down the line to see what your music could be used for: movies, commercials, overseas. Like there's so much stuff that still could be done, man. But
so the singer who passed away the other day in the accident,
Angie Stone.
She had some altercation with her record company too.
Yeah, but understand she was in the first female rap group ever. On one of the first rap labels ever, Sugar Hill. Like she was like the phrase, and now that I think of it, the phrase I can't even say the phrase.
I had it just now. Hold up. Body rock, don't stop the body rock, I believe.
Yeah. So something there. There you go. Or it sound is it that or it sound like the hip hop. Oh man. Well,
I know Dre used it. Ding ding dong.
There you go. Ding ding dong. Ding 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 dong. Like that is them. That's her song. That's her singing and rapping on that record, right? So she was getting jerked from all the way back then. But the thing that happened with her was they didn't understand, the record business where it came to she was a writer. So a lot of stuff that she wrote, other people ended up taking credit for, just like the same way Beyonce tried to do the Neo.
Yeah.
With To the Left record. At first she was saying she produced the whole record. Not until Neo went up on had that interview and was like, no, I wrote that record. And I was basically forced to give some percentage to.
That's what they do.
And then she stopped performing that song. She hasn't performed that song ever since.
Because she don't want him to get nothing out of it. That's the thing. See, that's one of the main things,
man.
But we got to do a whole show on that. One of the main problems that a lot of artists got to know, and this in closing, the fact that, listen, even you as an artist, as a writer and everything, is cool. I know that's where your first passion is. But if you don't learn from the last one, you better understand something. Yo, they tell you, it's like, they used to say it's 90% business, 10% music. It's even worse.
Yep.
It's 1%
music,
99 business now. So get an understanding that, yo, you better understand what contracts is. You better understand mechanicals. You better understand split sheets. You better understand all these different aspects of this thing, because that was one of the main things Angie spoke about, the fact that she put it in people's hand that she thought she could trust, right?
There you go.
Hear that war story over and over again. I had a conversation with an artist, and I asked him, where's your contract? He said, my lawyer got it. Lawyer got it. You don't have a copy? No. So you don't even know what. So if you wanted to go over anything right now, you don't have a copy? No.
Nope.
Yeah, lawyer got it. Yeah. That's the only copy. Yeah. You know what's in it? No. My lawyer did all this stuff. Like, yo, you crazy or something? Like, yo, even if you don't know the lingo, at least start reading through it and understand. When I was an artist, my lawyer, I had 2 lawyers. Okay? My main lawyer and another lawyer. My main lawyer asked me, because that lawyer has been a family lawyer for us for years. And he asked me, to get another lawyer? I said, yeah. He said, so you trust me with that? I said, nah, I don't trust you. I don't trust you or him. That's why I got him. I got you for him. I'll probably go get somebody else for you.
So you got a lawyer watching over.
Yeah, because I don't know. Look, he might say, oh yeah, this is good. Take it to somebody else. Let him go through it. If he do the same marks and say that, and you read it also on top of it, and you had that same notion in your head, like, yeah, I'm good with this, this, and that. No, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I made copies of my contract. My lawyer got one, I got one, and we got another one sitting there that we're putting red marks.
Yeah.
Nope, not doing this. Nope, I want my this, and I want this percentage. This is what needs to come. Here's my merchandise, blah, blah, blah. All that. I keep this, you keep that.
Yeah, it's like getting advice from a different doctor, yeah.
No, you need to, because these there's so many lawyers now that weasel, and they go back to the label and be like, yo, such and such came here with the contract, blah, 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 boom, boom. If you want, throw me a little something, I'll get him to do this and do that. Yeah, no problem. Boom, get it happen.
Yeah.
Sign him. Now, years later, he's like, yo, the Angie Stone situation. Because again, she said the same thing. I didn't know the business. I was too busy. I didn't this. That's what happened. They know you busy. That's where you get the Wesley Snipes. Yeah, that's where
they keep you wrapped up in.
Oh, they keep you busy.
That's on purpose. That's why you see like the Wesley Snipes situation. You go lock him up for tax evasion? Lock up the person that did this books. That's who you lock up.
I don't understand.
You know what I'm saying? Why you not locking up the accountant?
Never
lock him up. You act like Wesley Snipes was sitting there like, yo, you know what? I'm not gonna put this. I'm not doing that. He on a movie set somewhere. Come on, man. Stop.
And the accountant getting paid.
He still got paid and he's free. Come on, man. Stop it. But anyway, that's another show. Yes. I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight live at the Barbershop. Please, please, please subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Shout out to everyone else out there. Miss Simone, what up? So Chill, what up? Who else in the building? Everybody else that's in the building ain't pulling up fast enough. Naiad Media, what up? What up? You know who you are. What up? What up? Yo, hit me up tomorrow for real. Let's get it cracking. All my heads out on the West Coast. Chris, Khalil, Callie, David, the whole fam out there. Katie, what up? What up?
Dr. Johnson.
Yeah. Miss Drew, what's good? What's good?
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone on New York, y'all. Yeah, it's too many. Y'all, I'll let y'all. Yo. Hey, P. Hey, shout out to L2, man. My man up at MD. Take that time you need for yourself, man. Much blessings to you, my man. Love is love. And again, condolences to everyone. AP, your family, to the Kenton family. We'll be there. Love y'all. Live at the Barbershop.
Yeah.
We out.
Go out in the world and be somebody.